Mm, New day. Mm, New day, new way. Turn it up, leaning 15 minutes. Let the change begin. Busy life, big dreams, so much noise in your ears. We cut straight through, make the next step clear. Thought for Thursday, real talk, real tools right now. In 15 we move the dial, simple steps, strong moves. You'll see how. Thought for Thursday, clarity that sticks. You'll feel it from insight to action. Impact that stays. Thought for Thursday, let's change a day.
Well, hello and welcome to Thought for Thursday. I'm glad to be here with you this evening or today, whenever it is that you watch this episode. Thought for Thursday is a part of Leveling Up the Podcast. It is the section of the podcast that we bring to you on Thursday evenings, and it focuses in on what I like to call pain points. It focuses it on that pain point, and before you leave, we give you 5 tools that will help you to get to the other side of it. You know, we talk reinvention here a lot, and in the next 15 minutes, we are going to do something that definitely plugs into that. We're going to do an assessment. We talk about change. We talk about the need to make things different, to be better, to move. In order to move, though, we need to know where we are. What good does it do us to begin to go somewhere when we don't know where we're going? Or to map out how it is we're to get there if we don't know where we're starting? And it's definitely more difficult to plan out where you're going. So tonight we're going to do an online assessment. You know, I've talked to you about some things that I have that you can have access to where we can do them online. And I'm saying we're doing online. What I really mean tonight is we're doing it on air. So in the next 15 minutes, we're going to do an assessment to determine where are we? Exactly where are we? Now, what I want you to realize in doing this assessment, this is not definitive, meaning it is not something that is going to clearly state exactly where you are. This helps to get you to the clarity point, and that's what we're focusing on here. There are a number of things that we need to do to make sure and to understand exactly what it is that needs to change in our lives, where it is that we need to make a difference, where it is that we need to go. But what we do when we do things such as what we're getting ready to endeavor and upon in a few seconds here, we do those things to help us, to help to bring about the clarity that we need. So that's what we're focused in on here tonight. So we have a series of questions, and I want you to grab a pencil or a pen and something to write with or something to write on, because we're going to do this assessment right here. All right. It's not about motivation, it's about clarity. So for the next 15 minutes, let's go ahead and do something simple. It's going to be powerful, it's going to be honest, and it's going to be another one of those tools that you're going to use to help you in furthering where it is that you want to go, where it is that you want to be. This assessment is really for, my audience predominantly are women, and it is for you, those that are constantly on the move, but kind of feel like something's off. We talk about that all the time. So let's start here. What I'm going to do is read some statements. And for each one, you're going to rate yourself from 1 to 5. All right. So that is the first set of instructions. I'm going to read a statement. You're going to rate yourself on these things from 1 to 5. 1 means that this is not really true for me. Doesn't really apply to me. 3 means I'm unsure or in between. And 5 means, this is very true for me. So, there's 2 in there and there's 4. So 2 is on the other side, 2 is in between. This is not for me. And it means, I'm kind of in between. And then 4 is in between, I'm midway here. And then I'm almost, it's between that and it's very true for me. So let me say them again. One, this is not really true for me. A rating of three means I'm unsure, I'm kind of in between. And then five means this is very true for me. This is spot on. So four might mean, this is kind of true for me. And two might mean, well, sometimes this is true for me. I'm not real sure, but I'm in between, but I'm closer to being kind of certain about it. All right. Or kind of sure about it, or kind of in between. Hopefully, I didn't confuse you there. All right. So don't overthink it. That's another thing. This is just simple. It's something, again, that we're going to use in the process of figuring out where we are. So let's start with energy, because when your energy is low, everything feels harder. So what I want you to do is kind of pause in between the statements. Let's start with the first one here. The very first one says, I have energy to handle what my life currently requires. So think about that. You're rating yourself again on a scale of 1 to 5. I have the energy to handle what my life currently requires. How do you feel about that? Is that true? Is that spot on for you? Is it kind of true? Might be in the vicinity. Give yourself a rating on that from 1 to 5. All right. The next one says, hold on for just a second. I don't feel constantly drained, overwhelmed, or mentally exhausted. How true is that for you? 5, it's very true. All right. 1, nah, kind of off on that one. All right. So again, you're rating yourself from 1 to 5 on these. 5 being kind of at one end of the spectrum, it's really true for me. And 1, of course, kind of points to, that doesn't really apply to me at all. All right, so that was number 2. Number 3, I'm clear about what I need to focus on in this season. I'm clear about what it is that I need to focus on in this season of my life. How does that sound to you? Write that number down. Remember, this is information, not judgment. We're just trying to kind of get an idea of where it is that we might need to make change. All right. And keep in mind, when we're talking about being clear here, confusion doesn't always mean you don't know. Sometimes it kind of means you're avoiding what you do know. Keep that in mind too as you're thinking about this and you rate yourself. All right. Number 4 says, I know my next step, even if I don't have the full plan. I know my next step, even if I don't have the full plan. Rate yourself. Again, we're looking 1 to 5. 1 means this is not true for me. 5 means this is very true for me. And 3 means I'm unsure, or I'm kind of in between. All right. And what I want you to say right here, just pause for a second and say, clarity doesn't require the full roadmap, just the next honest step. I don't want you to get bogged down in this. Realize that clarity, you don't have to have it all planned out, but you do need to have a good idea of what your next step is. The next one, my daily life reflects who I truly am, not just what's expected of me. My daily life reflects who I am, not just what is expected of me. Rate that one. Scale of 1 to 5. The next one says, I feel at peace with how I'm showing up in this season. I feel at peace with how I'm showing up in this season. Remember, misalignment sometimes it shows up as exhaustion, resentment, and procrastination. So Keep those things in mind too when you're talking about misalignment. This section of the questions are really kind of pointing to alignment and authenticity. Rate yourself again, 1 to 5. The next question that I'm asking, or the next statement, I trust myself to follow through on what I say I want. I trust myself to follow through on what I say I want. 1 to 5. 1 to 5. I feel at peace with how I'm showing up in this season. Okay, I think we just did that one. I feel at peace at how I'm showing up in this season. The next question, I believe I am capable of meaningful changes in my life. 1 to 5 on that one. I believe I'm capable of meaningful changes in my life. The next one, I'm emotionally ready to let go of what no longer serves me. Wow. I'm emotionally ready to let go of what no longer serves me. And the last one, I'm willing to take action even if it feels uncomfortable. I'm willing to take action even if it feels uncomfortable. So let's show these again quickly. And remember, you are rating yourself on these 1 to 5. The first one, I have the energy to handle what my life currently requires. The next one was, I don't feel constantly drained, overwhelmed, or mentally exhausted. The next one, I'm clear about what I need to focus on in this season. The next one, I know my next step, even if I don't have the full plan. My daily life reflects who I truly am, not just what's expected of me. That says a lot. Not just what's expected of me. The next one says, I feel at peace with how I'm showing up in this season. I trust myself to follow through on what I say I want. I believe I'm capable of making meaningful changes in my life. 1 to 5, 1 to 5. I'm emotionally ready to let go of what no longer serves me. And the last one is, I'm willing to take action even if it feels uncomfortable. So we went through a number of those, didn't we? And remember, you were rating yourselves from 1 to 5. I want you now to total that score. So there were 10 different statements there. You rated yourself from 1 to 5. Take a total of that score. All right. So if your score is 41 to 50, you're aligned and ready. So congratulations. You seem to have a good bit of what is required going on. You seem to have at least things figured out, and you are in a pretty good space as far as clarity is concerned. So again, that was 41 to 50. You're aligned. Okay. 41 to 50, you're aligned. The next, 26 to 40, you're in transition. Something is asking to shift at this place. Your work right now is clarity and courage. All right. Whereas before, 41 to 50, really your next step is consistency and confidence. You're on a strong path to getting to where you need to be. The next set of scores, 26 to 40, you're in transition. All right. you have some work to do. And your work right now is really kind of focused in on clarity and courage. Your score 25 or below, you're not broken, but you're kind of overextended. And I have a feeling that a number of us kind of fall in that category. Your next step is rest, boundaries, and care before you can even begin to think about reinvention. So circle the section that really kind of indicates where you scored the lowest, because you know what? That is your assignment. I want you to finish this statement, and we're going a little longer tonight than the 15 minutes, but I think it's necessary. I want you to finish this statement. Remember what I just said a few seconds ago. Circle what was the lowest score, because that's your assignment. That's where your work needs to be done. The statement I want you to finish is the next right step for me is what? Based on everything that I've just done tonight, this very quick assessment, this tool that's helping me to get going in the right way. What is my next step based on what I'm seeing here tonight? You don't need a new year. You don't need permission. We talked about that already last week, didn't I? You need honesty and you need a next step. If the assessment helped to give you a little clarity, watch the replay of this again. It's on YouTube, on Jolease Enterprises. All of the Thought for Thursdays are up there. You can also see them on CTR Media. And based on that platform, they stream on a number of different platforms as well, including Roku TV. All right. So watch the replay again, or share it with someone that you think may need this. And if you're ready for support beyond this moment, stay close. I, of course, have some time where I can dedicate to helping you to formulate a plan that's going to help you to get on the other side of the clarity that you need to make, to help you to further to get clear so that you can put yourself in the spot where you're trying to go. Understand where you're trying to go, first of all, and get there. So again, rewatch this, see where it is that it's saying you are, and then reach out. You can always send me an email at atucker@joleaseenterprises.com. And I will write that here again. It is atucker@joleaseenterprises.com. Send an email. Let me know, hey, it's time for me to get aligned. It's time for me to figure what is the best way for me to get to where I need to be. I need that clarity. I need to destroy some of the things that have kept me from being clear and have kept me from moving, because now is your time. And that's it for tonight. We did an assessment. I hope that it helped to bring about some clarity for you. I hope that it provided you with some wisdom, some insight into where it is that you need to build, what your platform currently looks like, what your platform needs to look like. And most importantly, it's giving you a little hope, not despair. Because remember, we didn't do this for judgment. We did this so that we could move forward. All right. So whatever you do, and particularly if you find yourself in that score range where you're depleted and your energy is low and you need rest, you need to recalibrate. Make sure that you take care of you. Make sure that you're doing everything that you can to live your best life, a life in which you are thriving. Make sure that you do the things that are necessary to achieve the dreams that you desire, to have the dreams that you desire to fulfill. Go out and be you, authentically you, because there's nobody better than you to be you. Than you. Your imprint is unique. Go out and touch something. Make a difference for yourself. Make a difference for those behind you. Make how we're living and where we're living better for you and for me and for all that you come in contact with. And until we come back together, do all that you can to be well.